usual, welcome to our Parks Live, and thank you so much for turning up to Tone Up. For those of you who haven't done my class, I'm Aneequa. We're going to do a lovely 30-minute stretch, midweek 30-minute Pilates stretch. So, as I always say, if anyone has any injuries, either please feel free to message me privately in the chat facility, or as we go through the exercises, if something feels sore or funny, or today just doesn't really feel right, please leave it out. And I always give modifications for all the exercises throughout as well. Let's get started. As always, we're going to start in Pilates alignment. From the bottom up, let's have our feet hip distance, slightly bent knees, hips facing directly forward, pelvis in neutral. As always, I can show you from the side. Just do a forward and backward tilt gently a few times. Don't have to go too far back, and find that point that's somewhere in the middle. That's our neutral pelvis. Navel into the spine, so suck the belly button in, shoulders back and down, chin parallel to the ground, and piece of string pulling you nice and tall. Have a look at your reflection. Are your shoulders even? Are your hips even? Are you standing up nice and tall? If not, give yourself a little bit of a correction. And as I always say, over time, these little changes that we can do with Pilates can make a big difference. Let's go straight into core engagement and breathing. So core engagement, we'll go through this quite quickly, but we will pick it up every week. Let's go with our pelvic floor and that hammock in between the legs, pulling all the internal organs up to 100%. Release by a third. So we've got this upwards feeling. Hold that tight. Let's go straight in and add in a belt under the chest. Pull into the tightest notch. We've got our up, and now we've got our in. So this whole powerhouse area is nice and tight. Got this really, really strong area that all the other exercises and limbs are going to use as a support. So from there, let's go straight into breathing. Think up and in, hands on the lower ribs, and we're going to breathe in through the nose, all the way into the lower back. Exhale through the mouth. Keep the shoulders relaxed and down away from the ears. Let's go again. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Let's do 3 more. Deep inhale through the nose. Feel those fingers slide apart as you inhale. Exhale, they slowly come back together. And again, inhale. So we're not just breathing shallow into the chest, all the way into the back of the ribs. And let's do 1 more. Exhale. Bring the abs in together on the exhale. Perfect. Let's start with our head and neck today for our mobilization. Look down slowly. Just looking one way and then the other through the center. Let's do 1 more to each side. And then let's do a deeper head and neck stretch. Hand on the head, other on the shoulder. Take an inhale. Exhale, look down, pull the head gently away from the shoulder. And then let's repeat on the other side. And so this time you're pulling the head down and away from the shoulder. Perfect. Shoulder roll, just to get the shoulders nice and loose. So we're going to go up to the ears and round a few times. Forward first. Keep breathing and keep that alignment, that belly button sucked in. Nice. And then let's reverse back. Let's go into our arm scissor exercise. So if you remember this, we're going to have 1 arm up. My arm is chopped off there by the screen. 1 arm down. All you're going to do is bring the arms to shoulder height like that. Hold. And then exhale, switch. And what I want you to focus on is the feeling of the upper back and shoulders. So the scapula doing the work here. You can feel the muscles in the back moving. And again, ooh, hands whacking a light bulb there. Have to get used to my surroundings again. Let's do 1 more to each side. Hold, back to center, other way. And then just give the arms a stretch. You can bring 1 arm across the chest. And then bring that elbow back. And then we'll do it the other way. Perfect. Let's go into the meaner exercises now to start getting really, really warm. We're going to do our squat. We're going to do a squat followed by a lateral leg raise. So I'll show you first. You're going to have your feet wider than hip distance, toes pointing out, hands are grasped together. Take an inhale. Exhale, sit really, really low. Keep the spine straight. Then you're going to come up, and then one leg is going to go out to the side, and then we're going to go again. So you're exhaling as you sit low, inhale as you come up. And when you're doing this leg raise, you're really squeezing the glute and the leg is straight. Let's go again. Let's do a few more. Sit up, one leg, sit low, come up, the other leg. Now, if you've got bad knees here, it's still good for the knees. Just don't go down as far. You can just go to a little bit like that, even otherwise, all the way down. Leg comes out, all the way down. Leg comes out. And when you're doing the squat, make sure the knees are going, they're going wide, but they're not going past the toes. Let's do 2 more on each side. Exhale, sit. Let's go again. Do 1 more to each side for luck, and then we'll move on to our balance exercise. Okay, let's practice our balance. Let's do our original old school balance exercise, the first one that we ever did. Feet hip distance. All we're going to do is hold up one knee. Heavy supporting leg. So really imagine that that leg is like a tree just supporting you. Belly button is sucked in, this whole core up and in, helping you keep the back straight. And just raise the knee, hold. Raise the knee a little higher. Have a look at your reflection. Make sure it's staying straight, hips and shoulders. Hold, keep holding, keep that belly button in. If you want to, bring the leg out to the side, if the balance allows, otherwise stay where you are. And then bring that leg back into a bit of a quad stretch. Again, stay where you are if you want, otherwise we're going to extend forward. Whatever feels good. And then we're going to switch legs. As I always say, balance is so important to practice every day. It's one of the things that starts to diminish as we get older. So it's always good to practice. Belly button in and hold. Bring that knee up higher. Leg out to the side. And then behind. If you want, go ahead and extend forward. Otherwise, stay where you are. Cool. Let's have a little ankle and wrist rotation one way and then the other. And just circling the wrists and the ankles one way and then the other. And then we're going to go into our lovely roll downs. Let's do a hamstring stretch. And then we'll go seated to do our rotations. So feet at the end of your mat, feet hip distance, standing up nice and tall. Shoulders back and down to keep the string pulling you all the way to the ceiling. Let's go. Inhale, really deep inhale, because you're going to tuck the chin in and you're going to use that exhale to slowly start to melt forward. Keep those backs of the knees straight. Hang there loose and heavy. If you want, if you've got a bad back, bend the knees, or if you want to, touch the floor, do whatever you want to do, just to make sure that the lower back is safe. And the head is floppy, give it a nod and a shake. And then you're going to slowly start to curl upwards, one vertebrae at a time, stacking up. Keep the chin tucked in, head comes up last. Enjoy that. Let's go again. Exhale, tuck the chin in. This is such a great exercise to do in the morning, just to wake up the spine. Again, keep the backs of the knees straight if you want. Otherwise, bend them if you have a bad back. Hang there. Wherever you want, touch the ground if you want to. It really depends on the hamstring, which we're going to stretch shortly. And slowly, in your own time, curling back up. And then let's go into our last one, all the way to the mat. Tuck the chin and slowly start to melt forwards. As you get to that, you can just come into this crouching position. Let's do 5 hamstring stretches from here. So all you're going to do is on the exhale stretch. The first one's always the worst. Inhale, exhale, stretch. You don't have to straighten the knees, whatever feels good. You're just testing that flexibility. Let's do our last 2 and last 1. And then you can take a seat. Let's have a nice little twist and a side bend. So from here, you're going to sit cross-legged, both of the sit bones, so both bum cheeks firmly on the mat. Navel into the spine, shoulders down. That piece of string still pulling us tall, so we're like sitting up really, really tall, feeling comfortable. Let's have the left hand on the right knee, the other hand behind and twist. You're turning around to look at that hand behind you, and then we'll do the other side. Let's do one more on each side. This time go a little further where it feels good, so you're not over twisting. Let's do one more on the exhale. Have a little gentle side bend here. So from here, stay cross-legged. Let's just do 2 on each side. Hand that's on the mat can drag further if you want to test yourself and stretch this whole area even more. Exhale, twist the other way. And then again. Remember, we're trapped between those 2 panes of glass. We're not moving forward or back. Let's do our last one. Perfect. Let's give the spine a bit of a stretch, and then we're going to go into our all 4 exercises. So what we'll do today is I'll give you 2 options. Either you can sit cross-legged and engage the abs, so suck the belly button in, squeeze the glutes and lift up, open out the chest, tilt the head back. So you're really squeezing the glutes and abs here to help you. Hold. Feel that nice little lower back extension. If that's too much for you, and then you can come down and go up again as you want. Otherwise, keep your hips down, keep your hands down, and do the same thing. You still get a lovely back extension by opening out the chest and tilting the head back. Breathe, have a couple of breaths there, and then otherwise, if you're lifting your hips, you can go again. Inhale, exhale, up, squeeze. Perfect. So let's get our spine nice and warm with a cat stretch, and then we're going to go into leg pulls. So into all 4, hands underneath the shoulders, knees under hips, belly button tucked into the spine. Let's start with, let's give the toes a stretch as well, so you can prop up the toes, crown of the head forward. On the inhale, you're going to tuck the chin in and arch. Exhale, reverse. And again, inhale, tuck the chin in and arch. Exhale, reverse. Do a few of these. Let's do 3 more. Last one, tuck the chin in and arch. You can really, really feel the good that it's doing for your spine just by arching and then reversing. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do, leg pulls. So if anyone did the class on Monday, we're going to do that same exercise but with a flexed foot instead of a pointed toe. So I'll show you first, same position. We're going to have the leg extended to hip height. So the leg is extended all the way behind, keeping that nice line of the back. And you're going to flex the foot. So on Monday we had the foot like this. Today we're going to have the foot like this. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to lift and lower. Keep the belly button sucked in. Keep that core engaged. Squeeze the glute and just lift and lower. We're not lowering the foot all the way down. And we're not lifting the leg up super high either. Just a little bit. You'll feel a slight back extension, but we're not overdoing it. It's really about the glute doing the work and keeping those abs drawn together. Let's do another 5 and then we'll do 12 on the other side. Okay. If you've got, if you have wrist issues, you can always make fists with your hands, and that takes some of the pressure off. Otherwise, let's go into the other leg. We're going to do 12. So again, leg is nice and straight. Flex the foot, and let's go. Squeeze that glute, squeeze the abs, and let's do 12 lift and lowers. Nice. From what I can see some nice leg pulls going on there. Keep the crown of the head forward. We're not arching the neck either. Squeeze abs and glutes. Think up and in. Last 5. Okay, let's have a little rest there. Let's have a little shell stretch, or child's pose as we call it. Knees wide, feet together, head on the mat, stretch out the arms and just enjoy that nice little back stretch. Arms really outstretched in front, fingers are spread. On the exhale, you're going to stretch the fingers further forward, lengthen the spine. Another breath. Let's exhale, stretch your fingers further forward. And then when you're ready, we're going to do one more exercise in that position. We're going to do, I'll show you. So from here, all you're going to do is you're going to open your knee out to the side and then bring that leg back in. So we just open, but we're not bringing the knee all the way back in, just from here to here. If you can see what I'm doing, I wonder if it's easier for me to show you from here. You're just lifting the knee, opening out the knee like so. Again, squeezing the glute. Let's do another 8. And then we'll switch sides. Let's do our last 8 on the other side, and then you're going to have a nice, slightly relaxing tabletop exercises. So let's go. 8 on the other side. Keep going. When you've done your last one, let's roll all the way down into tabletop, and we're going to get started with toe tap. So let's lie on the back. Make sure the lower back is imprinted, so flat on the mat. We've got our legs in tabletop, which means the feet are hip distance, knees are above the hips, toes are pointed and slightly higher than the knees, palms facing down. Draw the abs together, and we're going to just do one leg at a time, tapping the toe, bringing the legs back into tabletop. Exhale as you tap the toe. Inhale as you bring the legs back into tabletop. Exhale. And remember that you might feel more of a pull on your abs if you extend the legs slightly forward as well. Keep going. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, tap the toe. Keep that lower back pressed into the mat. Let's do 3 more on each side. Keep going. Remember, inhale as the legs come back into tabletop. Exhale as you tap the toe. Nice work. When you've done your 3 on each side, you can hug the knees and just circle them around the chest. Have a little lower back massage. Just rolling the knees around the chest one way and then the other. Okay. From there, we're going to go into 100 prep. If you remember this one, I'll give you options. So either you can keep your feet hip distance, knees bent, and you're going to come up. You can have your palms facing down. Take an inhale. Draw the abs together. You're going to come up into the crunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale as you pulse the hands down, bring the head and neck back down. Inhale, exhale. All the way back down. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nice. Make sure we're not craning the neck. So if you want to challenge yourself, then bring the legs in tabletop. Do the same thing. Make sure that legs are staying still. Keep going. Nice work, ladies, I can see. If you have head and neck issues, you can do the same thing, keeping your head and neck down. Have your legs in tabletop, or if you want to have a cushion underneath, you can still, so long as your abs are engaged, you can still get the same. But you really have to focus on making sure that you're drawing those abs in together on the exhale. Give me 3 more sets and then we'll move on to the next exercise. Keep breathing, inhale, exhale as you do the 5 pulses. Nice. Last couple. Nice. When you've done your last one, let's have a lower back stretch. So drop the knees one way, arms in a T position, look the other way and just breathe. We're going to do 2 of these to each side. So you're just looking in the opposite direction of the knees and then drop the knees the other way. Really just stretching out the lower back, and then we'll do 1 more to each side. Last one. Okay. 2 more exercises here before we turn to the side. We're going to do 1 leg stretch and then we're going to do a bridge. So 1 leg stretch, if you remember this one, hands interlaced behind the head, or you can have the hands to the side of the head as you prefer, legs in tabletop. You're going to come up into that crunch. The elbow is going to touch the opposite knee. As the other leg is extended fully straight with a pointed toe. Keep breathing. Exhale as you stretch that leg. Really bring that elbow into the opposite knee. Keep going. Nice. Really, really try and come up and touch the elbow to the opposite knee while the other leg extends fully straight with pointed toes. Nice, guys. Keep going. Keep breathing. Remember, exhale as you stretch. Keep going. Have a little rest if you need to. Then when you're ready, give me 3 more on each side and then we'll move on. We'll do a nice relaxing bridge. So 3 more. Single leg stretches, and then we'll do a lovely bridge. I'll join you. Come on, let's go. Last one to each side, and then relax. Let's go into our nice bridge before we turn to the side. So from here, let's have our feet. Today, let's have our feet. Let's keep them hip distance actually, rather than having wide feet or wide legs. Navel into the spine. We've got our palms facing down. Let's do our bridges. So take an inhale, squeeze the abs together. Squeeze the abs and glutes first before raising up into that bridge. Come up high into the shoulders and hold. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly bring the back down from upper to mid back and then back up. As you reach the lower back, we're just lifting those hips, squeeze those abs and glutes. And we're going to do these almost pulses. So we're going a little bit faster than we normally do, but keep those abs and glutes squeezed. Let's do 8 more. Exhale, squeeze the abs and glutes. Upper to mid. So as you get to lower back, lift those hips up again. Keep going. Let's get ready for the last 4. Squeeze, really, really coming up high into that bridge. Squeeze abs and glutes for the last time, and then you're going to roll all the way down, upper to mid to lower back, all the way back down to the flat back position. Grab the knees for a second. Perfect. Just to finish off, let's do a gentle clamshell. Let's do 8 on each side and we'll do a Sphinx in the middle. So get comfortable, drop your head, you can relax now a little bit. Let's have the knees bent towards you, hands in the back pocket. Still keeping that nice, the hips back on top of each other, the belly button in, so up and in with the core engagement. Ankles together, just opening the knees. Let's do 8. Halfway. Just feel the glutes doing the work, the glutes activated. Let's do our last 2. Nearly there, guys. Perfect. Let's lie on the front for a quick Sphinx to stretch out the back, and then we'll switch sides. Lie your front on the forearms, open out the chest, tilt the head back, and enjoy that stretch. Front of the feet are flat on the mat. Just enjoy. Breathe a couple of times, and then we're going to switch. Lovely. Let's move over to the other side. Same thing, let's do 8, and then we're going to have a nice little cool down. So from here, bend the knees, navel into the spine, hands in the back pocket, and open. Really opening those knees. Feel that glute doing the work, halfway. Last few before we can turn onto the back. We'll do number 4 on hip flexors. Perfect. Let's lie on the back. Do our number 4. So start cooling down. Ankle over the knee. Bring that leg in. Pull that thigh in towards you. On the exhale, really pull that leg in closer. It will feel a little bit painful, but it's a good thing. We're testing our flexibility and getting a good deep stretch and hold and breathe. Get all that oxygen in. And switch. Again, pull that leg in. And with every exhale, you can pull that leg in closer. And then let's finish off with our hip flexor stretch, soles of the feet together. Knees are wide, hands on either knee. Imagine these hands are heavy weights pushing the knees down and wide as you exhale. Inhale, let the belly rise up now. Exhale, push those knees down. Really start to stretch out the groin and hip flexor area. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Do inhale, exhale, push the knees down. Last one, exhale, push the knees down and wide. Perfect. Nearly there. Let's enjoy our little moment for ourselves. Extend the legs forward, let the feet fall either side, palms facing up, eyes are closed now. Tilt the head back, shoulders down. Press against the mat. Feeling fully stretched. Imagine someone's pulling your fingers in front of you, pulling your toes, so really stretching everything. Body's feeling nice and heavy, just sinking into the mat. Heavy body just melting, grounding ourselves. Clear the mind. Halfway through the week already. 2 exercises down for most of you who've done on Monday and Wednesday. Doing a really, really great job. Doing great things for your health. Well done, everyone. Such a really great thing to be motivated enough to turn up to an online class. Feel really, really good. Let that positivity just flow from the top of your head, down the shoulders, down the hips and through the toes. And then slowly start to wiggle fingers and toes. Ever so slowly, we're going to turn to the side. Slowly come up, standing. Really slow. Don't give yourself a head rush, which is what I often get. I come up too quickly. And let's finish off with our posture check and heel raises. So gather yourself for a second. Feet, knees, hips, belly button in, shoulders back and down, piece of strength. Up and in, helping our balance, hands on the hips. Let's go into those heel raises. Take an inhale. Exhale up onto the toes. Let this new posture and core engagement help you with your balance. This time we're going to hold. Take an inhale, exhale up. Keep the head still. Let's just hold on to the head there. Head's not going to move, but the feet, the heels are going to slowly lower. Feel that back stretching. The spine is just being elongated. Lovely tall posture. And then slowly you can give anything a shake that you need to shake out, or roll if you need to roll anything. And you're done. So well done, everyone. Thank you so much for joining again this Wednesday class. You're all doing such a great job. And as usual, I've put my Instagram handle there, London Wellness Edit. If you are on Instagram or Facebook, please find me and see what other weird and wonderful things I get up to. Thanks, guys.